All right, hey guys. All right, so we just signed a contract, and we are going to be doing a real quick renovation for a client of ours that's gonna get this property ready for rental. This should be a quick week job. We don't have a whole lot to do, but this is the property I'm gonna be working on, and we're just gonna be doing a few things. Let me kind of show you what we're gonna. This is our first day. Just signed a contract. I'm gonna go cash this check and then start getting supplies, and we're gonna get. So we're gonna be painting this front door, and so it's gonna make the outside of the house. I'm gonna be pressure washing everything. We gotta fix the siding right here. Some of the paint job is already done, so we're finishing some of the work from another contractor who really didn't finish everything great. There is some issues with the house, but this property, she just wants to go ahead and get on the market real quick to get a tenant in it real quick. So we're not doing a whole lot of the massive major rehabbing on this, but you guys see the kitchen beforehand. And I convinced her to get rid of this old appliance, and we're gonna put another white one in, and you're gonna see what we're gonna do to this kitchen to get this thing ready. This is the laundry room here. She doesn't want to put appliances in, so we're not gonna worry about that. Just some basic changing the filters out. Blinds that we're gonna repair or replace, not repair, replace. Not doing much in the bedrooms. We are going to glaze this. This bathtub is going to be glazed. We're going to keep the wall, and we're going to change the fixtures. And of course, caulk, clean up, do some lighting and stuff like that. So really, like I said, this is not a massive rehab at all, but the contractor kind of just did a half job, and she wants us to kind of come in and make this thing really pop, make it really nice, and make it ready for her renter. We're going to paint that as well. Match it, and then again the exterior, we're gonna get the exterior all cleaned up for her as well. So this is gonna be this week. Hopefully, I told her this is something we can do finish in maybe 4 days, 4 or 5 days. It's a quick project, pretty easy, and excited to get going. I'll let you guys see the videos or the pictures once we complete this out. All right, blessings. All right, so the next step I got going on here is this fireplace right here. You look at that. This fireplace, it looks like they painted this here and then painted it, and all this started flaking off. So what I've done is just go ahead and start flaking off all of it. Originally, I talked with the owner, and we were gonna go ahead and paint it the same color down here. But I think once I expose all these bricks, I might just leave it that way. Or we can go in with the black paint, maybe the inside of this is not a functional fireplace, so it's just decorative. Just want to make it look really nice. So right now I'm going to go ahead and chip away off the paint. Obviously they didn't either etch the bricks, or they just sprayed this paint right on top and it just started flaking off. So if you don't use the right paint and you don't do it properly, it's just going to start chipping off, and then you'll see some of the red and some of the paint, it doesn't look good. So we'll see what it looks like when all of it's exposed, and see if we can just get away with maybe just leaving it as brick and maybe just painting the inside of that black. This is what it looks like before. All right, we're here at this property in pretty much the downtown Durham area. We're on day 2. Day 1, we signed a contract and got a few things started, and I'm pulling up to the property. We did get the yard somewhat done. Definitely looks a lot cleaner than it used to. We have some leaf work that still needs to be done. Day 2, what we have to have is we're having the tub glazed, and we'll get to some pressure washing tomorrow and exterior work tomorrow. I'm going to be painting this door, this green door. I'm going to leave some splashes for the owner to come by and take a look and verify what color that they want. And of course, we're going to be replacing that siding. Replacing all the sockets. I'm doing that today before I leave. Like I said, fresh paint job, old sockets, not a good mix. So you want to make sure that if you have a fresh paint job, those sockets are replaced too. We're going to be painting this as well. And then again, we're not replacing a lot of stuff. She wants to kind of just make things look better and not spend a lot of money. So we're going to be cleaning up the sink, replacing the sinks, the faucets there. I'm just going to be really cleaning up the stainless steel there. I wish I could replace all of this, but she doesn't want to. So literally, I'm just cleaning all of that up. And here we go. This is what it looks like when they are reglazing. And I have some blinds to replace today. It's on day 2. This shouldn't be longer than another couple of days, and we should be good. Blessings. I'm gonna work on blinds. The homeowner had these blinds, you know, these little cheap vinyl blinds that you use, they break, especially if you have tenants in it. They're trying to peek through the blinds and they end up breaking them. Very easy to kind of fix. You just basically open it all the way up, pull out the right blind and replace it. It's a lot of work though. So sometimes it's just easier just to buy new blinds. The blinds are cheap. They're like $14, depending on the size. $14 to $20 for these little vinyl blinds. Of course, the more high-end blinds, but you know, this is for a rental, and we're just gonna go with the vinyl blinds. So it's just easier just to kind of repair it or replace it than to repair it. When you measure it, if you don't have the right size, which we didn't, I think this is 25s and they don't come in 25s, you can always get a larger size and just cut it. So what I'm gonna do now, I needed 2 25s, I got 27s. I'm just gonna take these, I'm gonna measure it at 25 inches, and I'm just gonna cut it. There's multiple ways you can cut it. I like using my miter saw. It makes it very easy. Down, out, cut. So that's what it looks like after. So this is real simple. Just measured it out. I'm gonna tape it. Another good thing is you don't always have to replace this. It makes it much easier if they already have it mounted up there. You're changing the blinds out. Go ahead and leave the attachments up there. Saves a lot of time. Now I ended up having to move this over because whoever put it there didn't even it out, but it saved a lot of time, a lot of hassle. So now I'm gonna go ahead and measure this out at 25, and I'm gonna tape it. Got it at 25. I don't have a pen with me, so I'm just gonna mark it just so I can see it. And if you notice, I went ahead and just taped around it. I didn't tape at a corner because what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it in the middle of this tape where this line is. And this tape kind of keeps it from splitting. It keeps it from spreading all over the place. So it's good just to tape both sides and cut in the middle. Keeps it cleaner. Okay, all right, so I got my line marked at my table saw. I'm gonna line it, hold it together. Freshly cut. Take my tape off. A lot of dirt, and you can see nice clean cut. We're here on day 3. Just got done today. Pressure washing, got some other stuff to do on the inside, but I have some befores. Most likely gonna have to paint this retention wall here. Pressure wash it, the paint won't come off. But we got the steps, cleared that up. The siding looks good. We're gonna work on this trim. We got a little bit of the driveway here. And here's the side. We'll go way to the back. So that looks good. We cleaned up the AC unit as well, the outside unit. All right, so that's that. Pressure washing's done. All right, so our next task here is to tackle this door here. It's a bright green door, front door, and I'm gonna paint it. We're not gonna replace the door. She just kind of wants us just to kind of paint it. So I put some swabs up there. She chose the color that she wanted. It's gonna be a very light color. So what I'm doing is gonna be black. I've already sanded it already, so you can kind of see where it's already been sanded. And I'm gonna go into some of these crevices, and I'm gonna get with some sandpaper a little bit more sanding inside the interior. Then I'm gonna tape up the glass. I'm gonna see if I can get away with doing this without a primer. If it doesn't look good, I'm gonna paint one little area. If it doesn't look good, then I'm gonna prime the whole door first and then paint it. But this is what it looked like before. All right, so we're gonna get to work. All right, I'm wrapping up day 3 out here. See, there's a lot of new development going on in this street right here. We're in the Hayti District, and there's some history about it, but you can see a lot of new builds all the way down the street. There's a lot going on. So I'm starting to wrap up for this day. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be done. And we have left. Already pressure washed everything. This was all green. I primed this door. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the final paint, the trim and everything here. Changed the light fixtures and painted the fireplace. The paint match it, but painted the fireplace, all the blinds, all of the light switches. The kitchen is here. So what did I do today? Put a new sink faucet in there. Had to pull out the whole sink itself. There's a lot of work that went into that. But yeah, so new sink. Of course, I bleached and washed this water heater that's there. Refrigerator from yesterday. You can see, you guys saw the before picture. It looked like there was a body in here. But I took it apart, took it outside, pressure washed it, bleached it, and it's good to go. Now we're in here. I vacuumed all the AC vents out, but that's not stuff you can see. Replaced the blinds. You guys saw me do that. Cut these blinds to right size. And this is what we did here. Bathroom's done. I just got done caulking. Caulked everything, the toilet. Painted a little bit of the trim that needed to be painted. And of course, installed the fixtures. Yep, blinds are there. So again, this was another filthy tub. You guys will see that. Maybe I'll put those pictures up, the before. But the bathroom looks good to go. Looks pretty good, not too bad. Replaced the light bulbs, fixed the doors. And again, let me take a look at this again. This is an amazing transformation from what it was. Amazing. All right, so that's the bathroom. And then in this bedroom, I just basically fixed the blinds. Didn't do much in here in this bedroom. And that's it for day 3. I'm looking to close up tomorrow, finish this job. It was a 4-day job, basically. And I'm looking to finish up tomorrow. Just got some painting for the front door. And I'm probably gonna paint that brick retention wall tomorrow as well. It rained today, so I wasn't able to get to it. But we're good. On to tomorrow, and then on to the next. All right, so we're on my final day. A lot going on to try to finish up everything. I've had to customize the door frame because of some siding that was no longer being sold. So I had to customize some siding, faucets, water lines, things like that. All the stuff that you don't see going in that make it difficult. I'm now waiting on somebody because I am going to replace the oven. She wanted to keep an old oven in there, and I told her to get rid of it. I wanted to put something white in there so the appliances somewhat look like they are congruent, they come together. So I always get my appliances, not always, but a lot of times for this type of property or whatever, even most of the properties, I like using Facebook Marketplace. I've talked to you guys about that before, but I get appliances, furniture, pictures, everything. I pretty much shop on Facebook Marketplace. It allows me to kind of customize, know what I'm looking for, and then I get a good deal. I always negotiate really well. So I'm getting this up and I'm meeting somebody. Normally a lot of these items are at a storage facility where people just store them. And I'm gonna load up the trailer with this oven and get it back to the property. I get there, a lot of problems today. I open up the paint to paint the door, and they didn't stir the paint. So I've been at Home Depot 3 times today. I've been at Lowe's twice today already, and it's 2 o'clock. But this is what happens, you know. This is what happens. You try to prevent these things, but as soon as you get to the property, you start working, things happen. But anyway, so we're almost done. I'm gonna shoot one more video, and we're gonna do a final walkthrough and be done with that project. All right, blessings. We'll talk later. Hey guys, so I'm here in the Hayti District of Durham, North Carolina. We're doing a remodel or a rehab. Actually, it was a property that is going to rent, and a client of ours wanted us just to kind of come in and finish the work that another contractor had done, get it rent ready. If you can look, a lot of new builds going on right now, Airbnbs, rentals. This area right here, we call it gentrification. You guys know about that, but it's definitely being rebuilt in this area because it's proximity to downtown. So she's had this property for a very long time. It's kind of been sitting. It had a renter. They had to evict the renter. And then she had a contractor come in who half did the work, and it wasn't ready to go. So hence she called us to come in, and we did some work to it. So I'm going to show you some of the work that we've done because I'm closing out now. And very important to know that you can do this on a very little budget. It does not take thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to do these things. This is definitely done on a budget. Of course, I couldn't come in and just tell her to replace everything like I wanted to, or to repaint all this and that, but I understood. Just why it's very important up front to say this is what I'm working with, this is my budget. And as a contractor or someone that does remodels, you have to ask them what is the budget, and then you work within that budget, period. All right, so I'll show you a few things that we have. All right, so again, I'd like to replace the retention wall, but that was a very bright green. You guys will see the before pictures, so that was painted. Then also the lawn was done. Had my lawn guy come out and do the lawn. So we pressure washed the driveway and the steps. All right, and then pressure washed the whole house. I'll show you the before pictures. I wish I could have done the roof, but that wasn't in the budget. And painted the door. The door was that same colored green. Also put the mailbox up. Mailbox wasn't up. And this trim was damaged here. I'm not a carpenter, but I figured it out through a lot of prayer and everything else. And we got that. I put new trim up there. Of course, this siding was not something you can just go buy. in the stores. So I had to pray on it and spend a couple of days figuring it out, and I did. And then got it up, installed, and painted so that it looks good. Put the doorbell up as well. And then also the light was full of dust. This was a eyesore. When you look at the front of the house, you could see that there was dirt and all kind of stuff. A lot of lighting on the outside has bugs and things that are in it. And really, when you're looking at it, it's a big eyesore. And I explain it to you. When you look at the new builds, you can see how they have light fixtures that are new up there, over here as well. And then in here, we had an old one. She didn't want to replace it, but at least I pulled it out and cleaned it. So it looks a lot better than it did before. Right, and so every rehab or remodel has its challenges. This, of course, was an antique door with antique doorknobs. You can't just buy in stores, and they're super pricey, not in the budget. So trying to figure out what we were going to do about this was a mess. Of course, it's a Mortise lock, which requires special locks and knobs. Apparently, they had lost the knob. And just trying to replace the knob became a big mess and very pricey. So I had to do my magic again, replace the locks, because you always want to replace the locks for renters anyway, and then put a knob on it myself. So that was sufficient for her. She was very happy about that, making that happen, but all because a lock was lost or the contractor took it, whatever it may be. And these are not cheap to replace. These are antique Mortise locks sets, and again, budget friendly, because if it wasn't, I would just replace the door. We need a new door, but hey, we got to stick within the budget. So we just repainted the door from the green to this, and I just updated the locks. Okay, so again, the flooring was done, clean. Painting was all clean. This fireplace had bricks on it, and so I painted that. I had to color match the paint because the contractor didn't leave any of the paint colors. So I just took it up there, had it color matched, then painted the inside, so that looks really good. All the knobs were replaced, the wall covers were replaced, and the light fixtures, or not the light fixtures, but the switches were replaced. Remember I told you guys you can have fresh new paint, everything be clean, and then you have old light fixtures that just makes it look terrible. So all of those were cleaned up. In the kitchen, we did a lot of work cleaning up as well. Again, budget friendly, because I would have replaced all of this, but that was not in the budget. So what we did was, again, I removed the old stove, didn't want a new one. Budget friendly, so I did find one. I told you guys I love Facebook Marketplace. I usually get all my appliances there, make sure they work. But I got a white one to match the refrigerator we didn't want to replace as well. So we got a white stove, works. Didn't want to replace, not in the budget to replace all of this. So I replaced the faucets, the kitchen faucet, and kept the sink that was in here. Just cleaned it out really well. Put in new fixtures, kitchen faucets and everything up there, made sure everything works, and then caulked everything, sealed it, made sure it worked as well. Again, eyesore stuff. This was an old water heater. This was full of cake with oil and dirt. It just looked really muddy, and I can't stand in these 3-1s that they put these in these kitchens, but they do. That's just the layout of these homes. So if I had the budget, I would have taken it and put it outside, but that's not in the budget. So what did I do? I just sprayed it down really good, cleaned it, made it at least look presentable. Again, we had this refrigerator looked like there was a body in it at one point. We took that outside and pressure washed it, bleached it, made it look where I would eat out of it now. So that was very important as well. Make sure that that's clean. And then replace the locks on the outside doors and inside doors as well. The hallway looks pretty good. It wasn't bad. Let's see. I pulled the vent out. Didn't get to paint it like I wanted to, but put new air filter in there. The AC unit looks really well. Works very well. Replaced all the blinds. There were some blinds that were broken, so it made the rooms look like they were damaged. But I replaced all the blinds. I think I have a video I'm attached to this on how I made them, the sizes that I wanted, how I cut them. I'll probably add that to this as well. So you can see it makes a big difference when you don't have broken blinds. Just replaced the new ones. Same thing in this room. Replaced the new ones with new ones. And that was good to go. Now the bathroom, we did a lot of work in, okay? So we had a toilet that wasn't nailed down. It was just put in there. So of course we screwed that down. Caulked the back of the vanity, cleaned it all up. The doors weren't hanging right. So I fixed that, adjusted it so that the doors, replaced the bulbs up there. Blinds, the same thing, replaced it. And the big deal was this was an old dirty tub. And of course I had my guys come in here and glaze this. So we had the tub reglazed. Looks beautiful, looks almost new. Of course I went and put in some hard work, making sure that the back wall was cleaned and bleached and caulked well. And then I put new bathroom fixtures in here as well. So you can see there's new bathroom fixtures. Now this wasn't easy because again, in these old homes that's been sitting, it's not easy to get the plumbing out, but we were able to kind of do what we had to do, put new faucets in there, cleaned out the knobs. I just actually cleaned those out and put those in to prevent having to pull out plumbing. And everything looks good. Put a stopper in there as well. And also another thing to note is that it had a slow drain. So what I did is put a mixture of vinegar and soda in there, and it's kind of good to do that. It's good on the pipes. You can put liquid drain oil and all the plumber and all of that in there, but the vinegar and baking soda solution seems to be more friendly to the pipes. You won't know what the pipes look like, so I wanted to make sure to err on the safe side. All right, so we're wrapping up. I'm done with this project. Again, you can rehab or renovate a rental property that you have, or even your own property within budget. Just make sure it's budget friendly. Make sure you up front state this is what I'm working with, and be open, okay? You can't be closed-minded. You can't have a budget of $2,000 and expect a brand new kitchen and bathroom. Those things don't work. So be realistic within your budget, but also listen to whoever's working on your house and tell you, hey, these are the things that you got to fix. These are the things you have to replace. We cannot fix it. And these are things we can get away with. So as long as you have a good relationship with them, it'll work. This customer's been with us for a little while, and she has a bunch of properties. And when we're slow, we can start just doing rehabs on some of her properties. I would love to have bought the house and then put it on the market and did some things, but these are jobs that we do as a fill-in. So good luck with you and your renovations. Good luck with everything that you have going on, and we'll see you on the next.